All right, guys, I'm back, and I want to talk to you about the possibility of a winter storm for the Ohio Valley later this week. And so before we get into that, I want to remind you about my pro site. If you haven't joined yet, you can join at www.patreon.com/Ohio Valley Weather, and you'll see a lot of extra details there about the weather of the Ohio Valley. So now I want to get right into the weather models. And we'll start here with the Cfs model. And so this is the model for today. And you can see we are on the east side of a high pressure system. We have winds out of the north coming across the Great Lakes. And this is allowing for some snow flurries and showers in the Ohio Valley today. But that's really not going to amount to much. Now, as we push forward, you could see high pressure moving off to our east by Tuesday and Wednesday. This is going to give us a southerly flow, which is going to allow temperatures to warm up significantly this week. We could see highs reaching into the 50s and maybe even near 60 degrees by Wednesday or Thursday. But you can see what's starting to happen here. By Thursday, we're going to have this strong low pressure system up over Canada. And coming off of that low, there's going to be this long cold front that goes right through the central United States. And by Thursday, that is going to start bringing rain into the Ohio Valley. But you can see on the north side of that front, there is going to be snow. And so it's going to depend on where that cold front sets up as far as where the rain snow line is going to be. It does appear that at least initially, the Ohio Valley will be in rain. All of the models seem to be showing that at this point. As I push this forward, though, you can see that the snow starts to move in, the rain moves off to our east, and we have the possibility of the entire Ohio Valley seeing a change over to snow at some point. If I back that up a little, you'll also notice there's some red in here, some reds and some pinks. And that means there could be another possibility of freezing rain. And in fact, if you think this looks familiar, it definitely does. This is very similar to the setup that we had just a week or so ago that brought us all the freezing rain and snow to the Ohio Valley. So it's looking like it could be almost a repeat of that system. Now let's go to the next model. This is the Ecmwf, or the European model. And once again, we're on the east side of a high, a little bit of flurries today. But if we push this forward, that high is moving off to our east, and this is allowing for the warm up by the middle of the week. But as I push it forward into Wednesday and getting closer to Thursday, here's that strong low pressure. You can see the cold front coming down through here. We've got rain on the south and a little bit of snow on the north. And as we push that forward, another thing you can see here with the European model is we definitely have the possibility of severe weather. And a few days ago, I mentioned this on my pro site, that by Thursday into Friday of this week, we could be looking at severe weather in the eastern United States, including the Ohio Valley. And when I say severe weather in particular, I mean severe thunderstorms with the possibility of tornadoes. And it is still looking like that may be possible for this whole area right here, which certainly would include at least the southern portion of the Ohio Valley. Notice here, though, we've got this low. And again, this is just like that setup we had a week or so ago where we had the low that rode up the cold front. And that's what brought in that freezing rain and snow. And it's looking like we could have a very similar situation again. Here we are going into later Thursday. And there you can see a little bit of freezing rain coming up through central Ohio, snow in the northwest. Again, very similar to what we saw the last time. But now with the European model, we have a quick cutoff with the snow. And this would result in very little snow accumulation for the Ohio Valley if the European model is right. Now let's look at the GFS model. So with the GFS, again, today, we've got the light snow flurries maybe some showers moving through today. But as we push forward, high pressure moves in and keeps us sunny and dry for a couple days. And then by Tuesday and Wednesday, the highs moving off to our east. This is when we have the warm up in the middle of the week. But here comes the system in the north and the low to the south, and you can see how they're going to link up. So there's that low up in Canada, and you can see the cold front starting to form. Here's the secondary low that's going to ride up the cold front. By Thursday, again, it's showing rain moving into the Ohio Valley, possibly severe weather. Again, looking like a possibility for tornadoes. Certainly, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw tornadoes down here in the south, but as intense as this storm is, this could pull severe weather up into the Ohio Valley. Moving that forward, once again, getting a little bit of freezing rain coming across Ohio and heavy snow back here in northern Indiana and Missouri. They're getting some heavy snow back there. And as we push that forward, for the most part with the GFS, we get a little bit of snow into the Ohio Valley, but mainly a rain event if the GFS is right. Now let's look at the GDPS. This is the Canadian model. And again, let's move this forward. Flurries today, there's that high, warm up by the middle of the week. You can see the low up in Canada. And there's that secondary low down over Texas. Here we've got the cold front. And this is by later Thursday. We have rain moving into the Ohio Valley. Definitely severe weather down here. Possibly, could that get into the Ohio Valley? Maybe. But look at the snow there. If the Canadian model is right, then we could see some significant snow in the Ohio Valley. Look at that snow just hangs on even through Friday morning. So that would result in several inches of snow. So speaking of accumulation, let's see what the models are showing. So this is the European model. You can see it keeps the accumulation in northwestern Ohio and points further west. But you've got, several inches up here, up to 6 inches up near Toledo. So that would be a good bit of snow for them. Looking at the GFS pushes the snow even further to the northwest. And really, this would result in very little snow for the Ohio Valley. But notice the northwest is still going to be the closest. And that's looking like that's going to be a theme for this whole thing. Going to the Canadian model, remember the Canadian model pulls the storm further to the south, and this would result in several inches of snow for most of the Ohio Valley, right? There's 7, 8 inches, 7 to 8 inches through most of Ohio. Down here where I'm at in Belmont County, we're looking at like 4 to 6 inches. And surprisingly, this thing, Canadian model takes it so far south that northwestern Ohio basically gets nothing. All right, what about the UK Met? The UK Met is kind of in between, still pushes it a little to the north and to the west. So here we are still looking at, though, about 5 to 6 inches in northern Ohio. So what's going to happen with this? I guess we're just going to have to wait and see. In the days to come, I will be talking more about this system. And you'll definitely see more details about this if you join my pro site. Again, you can join there at www.patreon.com/Ohio Valley Weather. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.